Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. So glad you're here as always. We got a special one for you today. I know all of our shows are special, but this one is very unique. So we're glad you're here to see it. Terry, my brother.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
What's going on, man? I'm good.
I had a phenomenal week. For those
way.
Yeah, for those who follow me on Instagram, you'll see that it was a very musical week for me.
Oh, that's right.
I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to attend a drum circle that was facilitated by a gentleman I've been following and a fan of for quite some time. So I was, had a little fanboy moment there, which is.
Is this the guy that's coming on the show eventually?
If he comes on the show, that would be a huge deal. No, it wasn't that guy. It wasn't the sound guy that I talked about. That I'm friends with him, and he's a fantastic human. This was a
Not
gentleman.
discrediting that guy, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's fantastic. This was a guy named Jim Donovan, and I was able to attend a drum circle that was hosted locally, and it was a great time. And then I, of course, had mine to facilitate on Friday. So I'm just kind of riding the high of being able to perform and play a lot. It takes the pressure off of you when you're not the one hosting it, when you can just, participate. And it's good to, finally see the, I've been a subscriber of his, like, what do you call that? Like his classes and stuff online. I've been a subscriber for a while. Because, honestly, you got to learn, you don't know everything. So it was cool to see him. It was cool to talk to him. You check it out if you're, if we're friends on Instagram, there's a whole story up. So yeah, that's been cool. Personally, the weather's been a lot. The weather's been crazy up and down. So naturally I've been up and down. How's things been up there with you?
I'm okay, man.
Yeah.
The heat finally broke. I'm fine. Everything's cool. I'm just excited to go on this trip.
I know. I was gonna ask, are you packed? Are you ready to roll? I know it's
I'm good, bro. I'm ready. I got everything charged. Everything's set.
Okay.
Just gotta go.
Got your passport. I
got everything.
You got all your IDs ready.
I got everything.
Because you leave in what, 2 days? Because we record.
Yeah, I leave on Thursday.
Thursday. Oh,
well,
Thursday.
This is gonna come out. I'm gonna be back when this comes out.
Right.
So I was contemplating even bringing this up because we talked about it last episode, and people might get confused. Whatever. So
this is it's going to be a little weird for our followers because we're talking now about you going, but you'll already be back. But we'll be releasing content of you there while you're there.
Let's see.
It's kind of like
the next episode. Let's see if I'm still smiling.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm like this. So I'm going to try to leave Sunday morning, but I have a feeling Dr. Wagner might be like, nope, you're going to stay and do this. And then
think he's going to finally pull you all the way over to New York.
Yeah. He's probably
going to ask.
I'm going to visit you, bro, next. I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it. I'm thinking springtime.
Okay.
After the winter, next winter.
All right. Makes sense. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, it's only a day if you drive to me,
Yeah. No. No.
But no, I'm excited for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Dude, I'm so glad to have this guest today.
Yes. We've been waiting.
Yeah. A friend told me about Erica and her son who was diagnosed with MS at 9 years old.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I mean, we talk about living with MS all the time, right? But we never had a parent on to share that side and what it looks like and what it feels like.
And, I didn't I thought, I got diagnosed. I thought I got diagnosed young at 33. And then we talked to people we've talked we've had guests on who were diagnosed younger than that, and then but it never like pediatric MS is not something that's talked about very often. I guess we're gonna learn a lot today. Is all I'm saying. Is we're gonna learn how she even knew, or the doctors even knew to think of that. Like, there's so many things I want to know.
So many questions on my mind too.
Yeah, and I know that when I was diagnosed, and I've talked about this a few times, but when I was diagnosed, I went back through my medical history with my mom, and we traced symptoms that, like, were brushed off because they came and went very quickly, they didn't stick around, but I had gone to the doctor talking about leg pain, talking about random, rib cage stuff, leg numbness when I was in high school, I remember I had to leave band camp because my right leg went numb. Yeah, this one time at band camp, my right
Why
leg
is it
went numb.
ruined? Why is that ruined? It's from the movie. You can't even say band camp anymore without
Yes,
getting a giggle.
yes. But no, I remember, that it changed the course of my, drumming in high school because of it. So,
This is such an important topic because like even symptoms that you're like, there's no way that was MS, you might as well say it because I have things too that I don't think has anything to do with MS, but I'm like, I had a few things happen to me as child too.
so this is going to be informative, probably emotional. So get the tissues out. So I'm out of luck. Of all the things I have in here, that's not one of them.
I was about to say she's strong. I shouldn't even say that because you don't know what happens behind closed doors, right?
It's perfectly natural that, things occur in your life, and you learn how to deal with them in one way or another. And then you kind of like go kind of, I don't want to say move on, but go on. Like your life just keeps going, and you either adapt to it, or you incorporate it into who you are, or whatever technique you use. Um, ch- some people deny it and hide it, and that works for them. I mean, that's not the healthiest, but that's how they do it. Um, but then you come onto a show, and strangers start asking questions about something you haven't thought about in a while, and that can really bring some old stuff up. So I am super glad that, she agreed to do the show. I'm thankful you're as persistent as you are in getting these guests, because this one I really want to hear about. So without further delay, let's bring her in.
What's going on? Yo, it's so nice to see you again and finally meet you officially, I guess,
Yeah, for
face to
sure.
face. So yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Nick, this is Erica, Nick.
Nice
Erica,
to meet you.
pleasure. Thanks for taking the time. I was very, very excited to meet you because Terry and I have been talking about this for a while. This is something you hear very little to nothing about. And I have so many questions, and I want to hear so many things. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pleasure.
So what we're talking about today is pediatric MS. That is something that was not even on my radar when I got diagnosed. I didn't even think that was a thing, so I don't even know where to start. So why don't we talk about how you came to figure out this was MS first of all?
It started on a ice fishing trip. He came home one night and he was very lethargic. And my husband says, "You know what? He said he had a sore throat, but nothing, no fever." And they're already in the ice hut. And he says he slept most of the day, checked his fever when he got home, nothing. He had something to eat. He went to bed. And the next day kept him home from school. The next day he spent playing video games. He seemed fine, right? Maybe a viral infection or something or other. Then he ended up at school. And as he got out of the car, I noticed the way he was walking. He's got very thick hair. But when he was walking, it was kind of bouncing. His walk seemed weird to me, but I I let it go. He went the day. The day after was a PA day, so they love going to grandma's. But that night, Friday night, my daughter wanted to come home, so I went to go pick up my daughter, and Frankie wanted to stay. He gets away with everything over there. And
As he should.
right. And I looked at my mother-in-law and everybody, and I said, "Does he seem weird to you?" And they said, "No, he seems fine." I said, "But his shoulder, he's walking around. Oh, it's because we gave him a t-shirt. It's too big. You see the collar." Oh, everything made sense, right? And the next morning I called my mother-in-law and she says, "No, he seems fine." I said, the Sunday morning, he's walking around without a shirt on. And I see again on his back, his shoulders slouched. And I said, "Doc, my husband, Dominic, does this kid have scoliosis?" I said, "Look at his spine. It's not straight, and his shoulder." So we're looking up scoliosis and, on our Google Nest at home. And at this time, there's no really cognitive issues other than his shoulder being slouched. And my husband goes, "You know what? Go for him to the walk-in." We get to the walk-in, and it's so busy. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
usually are.
"Really? What is the walk-in gonna do about scoliosis?" Right? Like, we need to go to a family doctor. Like, let's get real. They have to do a referral. Like, it's not like a thing.
I love how you diagnosed it already. You're like scoliosis has to be.
It has to.
Did you even know what MS was?
So if I rewind, my sister-in-law was in the process of getting diagnosed. They weren't sure if she had it or not. So it was in the family, in
Okay.
fresh. And my best friend's sister growing up, her daughter is actually a pediatric patient as well.
Whoa. Okay.
Right. So it was in the brain, but not what we thought he had scoliosis because Dr. Google said so. So
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Google.
yeah.
I came back home and I said, "Dom, you know what? This is the walk-in's crazy. He's gonna get sick. He just got over a cold or a flu, and I'm gonna bring him back. Forget it." So that evening, relaxing, it was about 8:30 at night, and my husband was playing Thumb Wars with him. Frankie is left-handed, and so he was playing Thumb Wars with his right. And my husband goes, "Erica, something's wrong. He's got no grip in his right hand." And I was actually, if I'm going to be like TMI, I was in the bath, I was relaxing without even like a hiccup. I was up and I was dressed. I'm like, "Let's go." I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it's a worry or what, but we're out of here.
What did your husband say? Like he just doesn't have the
He
strength?
just said he doesn't have, something's off. He just doesn't have grip and strength in his right hand. So there we go. We went to the hospital, and normally the hospital where I live, it always gets a lot of negative comments because they take everything so
Which hospital?
long. And RVH in Barrie.
Okay, okay. No, okay. Oh, you're Barry. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
For some reason I think you're never mind.
not
Woodbridge?
anymore. But
We're
yeah.
gonna cancel that. Okay.
So I get to the hospital, and the nurse takes literally within 5 minutes, he's in the room ready to get a CAT scan. And I messaged my husband. I said, "Oh, they took us in right away." He's like, "That's not good." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's
Yeah.
not?" Right?
Yeah.
And the doctor came in and said, "Actually, we're going to admit you, and tomorrow he's scheduled for an MRI." And they really didn't say anything. After the MRI, the doctor comes in with a piece of paper and all these squiggly lines and like little, like the lines are in it and they're scratched out, right? Those represent the lesion. And she said in 25 years, she's never seen this in a patient this young. And of course, I'm like, what are you seeing? Right? And when she said MS, right? She said, "We're on call with the sick kids in Toronto. You guys are being sent over there as soon as they can." And actually, while he was there, they took a strep test. he had strep throat as well. So that sickness that he had, but there
Yes.
was no fever. I grew up, I always had strep throat, so I know. But nothing was showing signs of strep throat. So we finally get to the hospital and we're in the quarantine room because he's got strep throat. Um, he, he can't get out of there until he's 24 hours of his medication, and they're doing tests, lumbar
Yeah.
punctures,
My
Wait, wait,
God.
wait, whoa, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
wait, time out. He got a
yeah,
Oh
lumbar puncture at
God.
9 years old?
yeah,
Holy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to say. Go
Now
ahead.
what level of freak out are you on at this point? Like
Like past 100, like
yeah.
for sure. Um,
Who's worse, you or your husband?
my husband.
And just from all the discussions that I've had with Terry and so many of our fantastic guests, this sounds ridiculously fast for the health system that you guys operate in. Like everything I hear is like, oh, it takes months to get an MRI or years to get an appointment. And you're like within days you have a diagnosis.
So we didn't have a full diagnosis until a couple months later because some of the tests have to be sent out to distinguish MS. So there's also like an inflammation test that takes a few weeks that also uh, coincides with all the other tests. There was a possibility of MOG.
Is that Mogad? MOGAD?
I don't know the term. I don't know the full
Right.
We
thing
have a
of it.
guest coming on with Mogad in like a few months, and it's very similar to MS, so that's probably why they
Okay.
were like
Right.
confusing it.
So that, yeah,
Okay.
right. And they said, well, it could be the MOG that they have as childhood and they grow out of, or it's the MOG that's similar to MS and they'll just be, you know, forever medication. And then, so February we were in the hospital for a week. So he was doing steroids, and you could actually see like his walking improving, right? Also with anxiety attached to that, there was a lot of fear. So everything he did was pure whole shock to his system, right? We got home, and he seemed slowly getting back to normal. And in March, we went back for follow up, and that's when they gave us the diagnosis.
Okay. Now were you like, okay, now we have a name for it. Now we know now we have a path, or we were like, oh my God, he's a 9.
Uh, All of the above.
Yeah.
Right away, we're like, how can we change his future, which we don't even know, right? Right, this disease is just like it's all over the place. It has no remorse,
Yeah.
right?
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. So we check to see what he can eat, what he should avoid, what exercises can we do, what can we improve on top of the medication that he's on, and fingers crossed the medications work the first time and we don't have to go through trial and error with other ones.
Yeah.
But he's on a full adult dose of medication, which is crazy, right? Like, what's the long term? What's
Yeah.
so
Yeah, nothing's even fully developed yet. So like,
right?
yeah, oh my goodness, because when we talk about disease progression trajectory, we typically approach it from 30 to 50 onset and then heading towards, 80, 90 years old. What does that look like? But not starting at 9 and oh my goodness.
But at the same time, really early, which is because it could have been hidden for like 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Exactly.
all these lesions were loading up, you know what I mean? And then finally he's getting treatment. And
Right. It's we always talk, me and my husband, we're like, it's either a good thing and we were able to stop any type of progression and he may be like this forever, or it's going to be that 10-year mark where everything goes a whack and then, things start to progress, right? Because
Yeah.
again, it has no remorse, it has no bias, it has no feelings. It's going to do whatever it's going to do.
So the question then becomes, how's he doing?
He's doing amazing. This is his second year playing soccer,
Nice.
which again, then there's the fear of, oh my God, it's 40 degrees outside. Like, is it too hot for him to play? Right. But we have to just let him go. He just learned how to ride a bike a couple weeks ago,
Great.
and then he fell and he needed 8 stitches.
Like, so he's still
But
normal.
I
Still a
I know
normal kid
it's
having
yeah,
fun.
he's a
he's a normal
normal
kid, yeah.
normal boy. Yeah,
Yo, he has MS, but I just need you to know that you also have MS. I know you don't have the symptoms, but you have the card, just so you know. And what you're doing, all MSers are like, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him. Because, when we originally got MS, no one believes us, like, hey, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. So I'm like, wow, at 9 years old, what did he go through for you to take it serious? And I'm glad you did take it serious. And that hand grip thing, did he not notice?
even if he's really sick, he'll say, I'm fine, right? So I have to kind of go in there. No, Frankie, you have a fever. You're sick, right? You need Tylenol. And if he can avoid any type of medication, he would. But actually, when he fell and he needed the stitches, he's like, Mom, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, what can help this? So I gave him Tylenol for the first time. And he's like, oh, I feel better. I'm like, "Cool."
Oh my goodness. So, that was a few years ago. He's, what, 12 now?
He
Is
just
that right?
turned 12. Yeah.
Just turned 12, so doing well, doing the best, he can with what he
Doing
has?
amazing. Yeah.
Good. Good, 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 good. So, did this then turn into advocacy on your part? Did this turn into, like, 'cause
So
there's
yeah, it originally started my friend that her daughter has MS. When she found out about Frankie, she called me straight away and she's like, the world needs to know that kids get MS. And just those words alone was like, yeah, you're damn right they do. So the first year I told everyone, like, who the hell cares, right? I'm like in line. I'm like, hey, my kid has the MS. Like, okay. I was literally telling it not for sympathy, but
right,
just to, like, I'm a hairstylist, so I get a lot of clients, right? And I'm telling them, and they're like, what? This is what? Right? And it was the second walk, a lot more people started asking questions. And we had the capes and whatever and this and that. And then this walk, they actually asked if we can talk about it. So it was literally, hashtag kids get MS too everywhere, right? Um, so yes, kind of spread the word and
Did any of the shirts say that it was for Frankie, who's my son? I'm just curious if it was obvious that you're there for someone who's young.
well, so in the walks they have two color T-shirts, right? The one that you saw with his friend, his face. One of my clients made that for him, and so he has a red shirt which says "I have MS." So,
Okay.
and then you see a bunch of adults wearing
Yeah.
the red shirt, right? Everybody knew he did because he was on stage too, right, with his
Yeah. Yeah.
story. So
now how does he handle the, I guess, the attention even in the community, like the MS community?
it wasn't until this year that he started talking about it, right? He's meeting new people, meeting new friends, also sleepovers and stuff, right? The parents need to know too,
Yeah.
right? I I,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they? Well, I don't know. I think they do, right?
I would agree that if, my child had MS or any condition, that I would definitely tell the parents that who was, charged with their care and custody for any length of time, like, "Hey, just be aware if this starts happening, call me because this is what's up." You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I
And
would say
he's
yes.
got to take a giant pill too at a certain time, right? Like keep it away from your pets or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
expensive pills, so
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, they are. So what are the very expensive pills? Is it
he's
Gla
on Tecfidera.
Tecfidera? Okay,
Okay.
that's a good
Okay.
one. Yep, I was on that for a little while. Didn't do anything for me, but that's my story, it's not his.
Everybody
Uh,
has a different story.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
um, but yes, it is a good solid medication, so that's good. At least he doesn't have to do, sub-Qs or infusions because those are I'm not a fan either way.
Right.
Did By just curiosity, do they give you selections or were they like, I think you should go on Tecfidera?
So both me and my husband, we own our own businesses, so we don't have a pharmaceutical plan, right? So because he's under 25, he gets his pills for free. So we had a list of medication to choose from within that category. And there was the one you inject,
Ocrevus, Kesimpta.
No, Copaxone.
Kesimpta.
Oh,
I
Kesimpta, right away.
Tecfidera and the infusions, and he wasn't interested in those, and he's never taken a pill before, ever before this, right? So I was so nervous, and the pills are like this
Yeah,
big, well, right?
yeah, they're no
So
joke.
we're like, Frankie, the pills are coming. You got to start practicing. So he started swallowing pomegranate seeds, and
That's
now
so funny though. Like it's not natural just to swallow something without biting into it and like,
Yeah,
you know, chewing it. Yeah. I said this before, but you know the proper way of swallowing. Now don't do this because I'm saying it, research it first. But the proper way of swallowing, which none of us would understand, is pills in the mouth. And when you take a gulp of water, put your head down.
right. That's
And
what
then
we
as
were
soon as you
teaching him.
dude, it goes right back. You don't even have to swallow. It goes right back. You're like, whoa, that is like the. Anyway, when I tell people that they try it, they come back to me. They're like, yo, that really works. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I was taught that by a doctor. It was really weird. So he's taking these pills. He's gonna be such a spokesperson.
I hope so.
I'm there for this guy. You know, if he reaches out to us, yo, what's going on? He's gonna be like our little brother, nephew, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I know it's bittersweet, you know.
yeah, absolutely.
I went through a lot of embarrassing issues. I don't know if it's because of the MS as a kid. It's going to be hard to talk about that in the public eye, too, right? Because he's young and he has an ego still. You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
thinking back now, before he got diagnosed, they would call me and say Frankie fell, and it was more times then I would go and bring him new clothes because he would have an accident or he would fall. And I'm like, is it like, am I the only kid that's falling in the mud? And they're like, oh, no, no, no. There's other kids. And I'm like, well, how is
Yeah.
it? I'm always bringing this kid clothes because he's falling, right? Like, how muddy is it back there? Um, so and the teachers know if he raises his hand to go to the bathroom, whether
Yeah,
he
he's got
does
to.
or he doesn't have this issue, to let him go. um, so in that sense, right, like getting on top of it so it's not an awkward situation, especially because, the girls.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah, and he's already got, he's got 1 foot in both communities. He's got, like, the normal growing up community, and he also has this whole disability community. So he's got, like, so much love on both sides, which is wonderful, but also, like you said, bittersweet. Because like, are there any, uh are there any mobility aids in the picture, or no, we're still
No,
good? No? Okay.
no. There was when we were at the hospital, there was that slow walking,
Yeah,
right? But I haven't seen any of that
okay. Now
in the following.
were you, so when you received the diagnosis, let me go back a little bit. So now it's, months later and it's March and you received the diagnosis. I always like to think, because it happens so often, including myself, how scared of the wheelchair were you? How scared were you, like, "Oh, no, we're heading straight to."
100%.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't, at the end of the day, whether you are using something or not, um, it's for the parent, it's super scary, right? My husband said to the doctor, well, should he be having children? And the doctor said, of course he should be having children, right? Like, we don't know these things, right? Like,
Yeah, what a
and then,
question.
right, all the questions. And the doctor said he may never be in a wheelchair. He may never have this. He may never, right? Like, so we've changed but what if he walks forever? What if he never needs that instead of what if he needs it?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's honestly, you ask, I would say 9 out of 10 MSers say that within the first month of getting the diagnosis, they're already, this is it, that's where I'm heading. And it doesn't work out with that all the time. I mean, sometimes it does, in Terry's case, sometimes it's part-time in my case. I don't know if you can see back there, I'll get out of the way.
Did you know I'm in a wheelchair?
There was one. live that you were talking about an event you were going to, and what was the point of needing shoes?
Yes, yes, we
So I
talked about
I remember that.
yes.
yeah. When I was 18, I met this boy, and he had a cane, and I said, why do you have this cane? He says, "Oh, I have something called MS." And I remember at 18 years old going, "What the heck is that?" And he said to me, "Well, when I get older, I'm going to be in a wheelchair." And that actually stopped me from continuing to talk to him. Or I said, "I'm going to always keep you in my prayers, but I don't want that for me." And I was very upfront with him, um, and not that I regret what I said, because my life is beautiful and whatever, right? Anything could have, but it was the not knowing then, and him say then, right? I'm 43 at 18 years old. Back then, it was like, oh, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair, right? But then
Yeah.
when I think of that, and like somebody to my son saying that, I'm like, no, no, you promise he's got this amazing boy, right? And I'm like, please don't ever say that to my baby boy, right? So that's a whole other thing.
Sure, sure.
I met someone at my worst. So I don't know what the point of saying that was, Nick.
The point of that, the point of you saying that, Terry, was that you can be the authentic version of your MS self, and good things happen to you, like love.
Right. Well, since then, he's ditched the cane, and like he's completely
There's
yeah,
advances
so
every
his
day.
medication's
It's
working, and
Yep,
so
invisible.
right.
yep.
Actually, I reached out to him because of Facebook, and I'm like, "Well, how did you whatever?" And he goes, "Sometimes I forget that I even have it." And I'm like,
Great.
There's so many different stories, right?"
And, getting on top of it, acknowledging it, dealing with it, huge, huge dividends in the future. Medicine advances all the time. I'm on a medicine that's younger than my kids were when I started it. So yeah, you just never know. You never know. Healthy living, healthy lifestyle, you know what I mean? So yeah. And and even if you end up like, I'm trying to get out of the way. There it is.
Right. I'm
Okay.
gonna get him one cool as fuck.
You should. And there is an amazing, and I can't say it enough, there's an amazing company out of Canada that makes my wheelchair. So uh
Yeah, he's gonna have the biggest, baddest one if he needs one.
so holy moly. So what are we hopeful? So what's he into now? What's on the horizon? You said he's playing soccer. So
He's playing soccer, just recreational,
super
in
active.
the summer.
Yeah, just a kid being a kid.
Girls, girls, and girls.
That's it. The
Frankie, calm down.
fumes are coming.
I know.
Well, like I said, the fumes are on the horizon. The car fumes and the perfumes.
Yeah, the cologne for sure is next.
I can't wait to talk to this guy. I know we kind of connected at one time. He's a character already.
And if you want him to hop on to say hello, it's up to you. But there was one live that he was on, and there were people talking about how somebody had to come and change them and stuff. And I said, Frankie, I think you need to get off. And he goes, "What I have doesn't scare me, Mom." So
Frank,
Yo, bro,
Frankie,
up,
what's up,
man?
warrior?
greetings.
What's up,
What?
bro?
How are you doing, my warrior brother?
Scared of my dog. She bit me.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
So we were
So
just
you remember this guy? Yeah.
well, hello
What's going
from
on, man?
Pennsylvania. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
I dig in the cape behind you.
The cape.
Yep. So we were just sitting here chatting with mom about your story, and you know, I was interested to know how you're doing. I hear you're doing great things. I hear you're up on stage already at walks. Like, I'm impressed. Sometimes I can't get up on stage.
I don't like going on stage. I got this.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want some honesty, I'm like, "You're coming.
Yeah.
It's about you."
No, it's good. Yeah, no, it's what we want. If anything on this show, we want honesty. So, Frankie, let me ask you this. Can I ask you a serious question while I got you here?
Sure.
Okay. What are you afraid of anything this thing's throwing at you? Do you have any fears about this MS at your age?
I'm a kid. I live my life.
Well said. How has your friend group been? How have they been to you? Accepting?
Normal.
Normal? Yeah, see, kids are way better than adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, do you get a lot like you get more attention from adults than kids? I mean, right? Because adults are like, wow, you have what? And no one even knows what it is when you tell someone, what's going on, man?
Life.
Yeah.
Life is going on. Yep. See, the reason why we're so, stuck for words is because it's very rare that we meet someone as young as you are, who is as composed as you are about this diagnosis and this life you've been handed. So that's why we're glad you came on, and we just wanted to say how proud we are to have you as a member of our extended MS family. And that if you ever need to talk to anybody about anything, that you just reach out and we'll be here for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I don't think you understand. Like you have this, but you got a superpower, bro. If you decide to be, you'd be the greatest spokesperson for this. You know what I mean?
No
You're
pressure
someone
though.
young with this, and you're gonna live life. It's not even gonna affect you. I'm so grateful to have met you. And the type of guy you are is pretty cool.
So continue to do awesome things. We're going to continue to keep checking in with mom and with you. And like I said, if you ever need anything, just reach out. We're here for you, my friend.
Yes.
Did he just say good talk?
He said, I shall.
Oh, he said good talk.
Yeah. Bye.
Yo, man,
Take
take
care.
care, bro.
Oh, that was so great. What a
So
cool little
shocked.
guy.
I
He,
shall.
That wasn't me at 12.
no, me either. Yep. What class, what absolute class that young man has.
Oh, he's silly. He's funny. That's like it's heartbreaking when you know if you know him on our level, he's funny. He's quick with his jokes. He's
I could
so
tell.
sensitive, right? Like he's not afraid to cry at a movie, stuff like that. And he's just all around like he's just so awesome.
That one sentence answer says everything I need to know about him. Cause I'm like, how you doing? He's like, it's life. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, you made my day. Thanks for having him pop on.
We could have talked about guilt. You know how I always go into that, but I'm so grateful that you are okay with coming on to 40 Below Zero. That was awesome of you.
Yeah, thank you
So I
so much.
appreciate it.
When you say guilt, there's I remember when they were younger and the doctor, the pediatrician kept handing me boxes of vitamin D. And I'm like, oh, who's giving this to their kids, right? Vitamin D, vitamin D, vitamin D, right? And then now I'm like, give your kid vitamin D. When I said to the pediatrician, he goes, you didn't do this to your son. Stop blaming yourself, right?
No, that's very natural. It's what did I do? How did
Right? Why
even
didn't I just give him the vitamin D?
yeah, even as an adult, it's like you go through ridiculous things. You're like, well, did I eat the wrong foods? Did I treat people badly? Is this my karma? Is this my punishment? Like so many things get flooded in. Um, but he's just like, yeah, it's my life. Phew.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
be
I
more
live in
like,
the Middle East. It's not the vitamin D. Sorry. Take vitamin D. I take vitamin D. But it's, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different.
But even too, it didn't make sense. Like he had a permatan on because we go to the Caribbean a lot. Like
Yeah.
he's always in the sun. So I'm like, I don't understand. But and then you know what? I get a lot of um people don't know what to say. Oh, but he's fine. I'm like,
Uh,
yeah,
mm,
yeah, okay. But is it your son? No.
God. I would
He's
blow up if I
but he,
heard that.
fine. I'm like,
but, you,
okay.
but he looks good.
Yeah, he does. He looks great. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, people don't know what to
Yeah.
say, and I'm not really gonna hold, but oh, did you know that if you stop giving him this,
Stop.
Oh,
start
yeah.
this, and oh, did you know that he might have parasites, and do a cleanse and do it, like, I've heard it all, and I've read it all too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm losing my shit just listening to this. If I
Well
was there hearing this, I would fight for Frankie. I'd be like, yo, you need to stop.
well, Mom, thanks for spending time with us. Thanks for educating
oh, it's
us.
my
Thanks for
pleasure.
educating our fans. We will stay in touch. I'm a fan of his now. I wanna see what he's up to. We're gonna get regular updates, when big monuments when things happen, and, we wish you all the best.
Thank you, thank
We
you.
really do. And if you need
Awesome.
and again, if it's same for you, if you wanna come back on, if you need us for anything, if you need anything, just reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hashtag kids get MS too.
That's it.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. And he's actually not the youngest. The youngest is 3, as far as I know.
3.
3. Yeah.
Man,
3, 5. So he's definitely not the youngest. There is a whole support group that I'm a part of,
okay.
and they're based out of the States. And I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a lot of parents that, come together, and there's always a new one. My daughter is 13 and just got diagnosed, and all together all the moms are like, been there, done that. This is what you're going to go through, grieving your old life, accepting your new one, and so there's that parent bond there, right? And every once in a while, there's, it's that one of their children has S. And then there's good ones. There's going off to college, and now it's nerves of, are they going to be able to, go to the doctors and take their medicine, and what about this and what about that? So there's a community for parents as well.
All you have to do is go to MS Canada or the National MS Society down here in the States, go to a coordinator, and they'll point you in the right direction to find those groups. So thank you again. And until we
Thank you
talk,
very much
and
for having me.
and all the
Awesome.
best until we talk again.
Thank you. Thank you.
For sure. We will talk soon. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Ciao.
Bye.
Brother, what a
Yeah.
great episode. I know all of our episodes are good. All of our guests are amazing, but
Yeah.
how cool was that guy? Just totally like, I'm a kid. I'm going to live my life. We could all
Yeah.
take a little piece of that. Just what an amazing young man. So glad we got to talk to Mom. Thankful that she was on. Thankful that he came on. I learned a lot. I did. I learned that, the process is doubly scary, I learned that you can be 12 years old and just be like, yeah, I have it,
We're bringing him back on in 5
Sure.
years when we're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
doing this.
If
See
yeah,
how
when
he's doing.
hopefully he'll take over at that point because I'll be tired by then. All
That'd be
right. I
cool.
know this episode is coming out after the fact, but I wish you safe travels down to the States, and I will
Thanks.
be talking to you over this weekend and get regular updates. Thank you to everybody for sticking around as always. We appreciate you. Terry, like, share, and subscribe.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Talk to you soon.
Talk
Bye.
soon.
So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4, the letter T, below zero.com. Our email address is info@40belowzero.com. And if you don't want to email us, no problem. We're on Instagram as @40belowzero. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon.